Hey everyone, I'm Rachel. Today I'll show you how to create realistic wood texture using the Color Therapy app. Search for this image under Wood. In order to create a successful enchanted forest scene, adding twisting wood grain to the tree is key. I'll give you the steps to apply this to any image in the app with wood. So I'm using the spooky green palette for all the foliage. I'm using that dark green for the leaves. And for the grass too. I'm using a soft green for the background from the spooky green palette, and then the really light green for in between the trees going through the middle. Now for the wood, let's go over to the brown 2 palette. I'm using the 4th color from the right on the top row and just tapping to fill in that wood. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's start with the airbrush tool. So let's do size 25 and opacity 50. Now in the brown 2 palette, I'm using the last color on the 2nd row. So let's go ahead and highlight each of the sections of wood in the middle. So let's turn on coloring inside the lines mode to on. I'm just gonna highlight it. Super simple. All right, let's add some shadows now. So with the airbrush tool, let's do size 15 and opacity at 65. In the brown 2 palette, I'm using the 3rd color from the right on the 2nd row. So we're gonna add shadows now just along the edges. Just along the edges of each section of the wood. Now let's use the thin fur tool for some texture. Let's do size and opacity at 50. Using that same color, we're just going to paint in some texture, just going with the motion and the curves of the sections of the tree. Now in the brown 2 palette, I'm using the darkest color on the top row. It's the 6th color. Let's go back to the airbrush tool, the same size as we had. So size 15 and opacity 65. And we're going to add some more darker shadows now. So again, just go around the edges, the inside edges. Then where the tree sections overlap, that's where you want to add more shadow. Back in the spooky green palette, I'm using the 1st color. We're gonna add our darkest shadows with that, just the same settings as before, and just really just put it into those areas that are overlapping. So really nice dark shadows. Now with the airbrush tool, let's set the size at 15 and opacity at 45 and use the last color on the top row. We just want to highlight the bits of tree closest to the edge on the right side. So I want there to be some light coming out of the middle of the tree. So I'm going to just highlight that side of the wood. So it really stands out. All right, so now lastly, let's use the pen tool size 1 and opacity of 45 and just sample one of the browns from the tree and just add in some texture. This is going to be your own texture adding in, so you can kind of just weave the lines around softly through each section. You can make little like knots in the wood if you want. Just have fun with it. And then to really make it smoothed out, you can use the smear tool for that. Just use it as needed. So I would do intensity at 100 and you could do size at 35. Just softly blend it here and there. So now you can see how easy it is to add beautiful wood grain texture. And that's really the trick to making it look magic. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Color Therapy YouTube channel so you don't miss any new tutorial videos. Thanks for watching our tutorial. You can get the Color Therapy app for free on the App Store.